All right, welcome back. We took last week off, didn't we? I'm back here with my co-host or my partner in crime, Josh.
I'm here. Yeah, we took last week off. We were, not necessarily we. I've just been super busy most nights trying to get my house in order, ready to move in. So I just didn't have time last week, but we made time this week.
We did. So we're here. That is actually, he's lying to you guys. That is not the real reason why we did not record last week, but he can tell you that. Do you want to tell him the real reason, or do you want me to?
I want you to give your reason, and then we'll go from there.
There was the Pokemon Go battling at the gym last week, so he wanted to do that rather than record.
Actually, they're gonna put that in before long. They're gonna add being able to challenge other trainers or adding in like Poke Centers and stuff like that. Like I don't know what for, but they said that the game's about 10% what they want it to be. So they're looking forward to making some upgrades. But I did see some interesting news where Nintendo came out and said that's not really 100% their property. It's like, yeah, they're letting them use their name, but that's not a Nintendo-owned company that made the game.
Yeah, I heard rumors, but I don't really know that the guy that made that's actually from Texas.
Yeah,
from Cross Plains.
That's what I heard. He ended up working down in Google or for Google, and the company he worked for, the first game they put out is a lot of what Pokemon Go is based off of. Or not necessarily a game, but it uses like Google Maps and stuff. So I guess they hired him to handle it. But I mean, they get to deal with Nintendo and Pokemon, so that's pretty interesting that a small town kid can grow up to be a phenomenon in the app world. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, Cross Plains is known for a lot of big things,
like
Conan.
What?
Conan?
The Barbarian?
Conan the Barbarian. Yeah, they have Conan Day every year because the guy that either wrote the movie or wrote the books or something is from Cross Plains. He's buried.
I was like, Arnold's not from there.
Yeah.
Close, but
it's funny. Yeah, we actually live. We're from Brownwood, and Cross Plains is like 45 minutes, 30 minutes away from us.
Yeah, it's just a short little drive. I mean, to get to some of the major towns around, you have to go through it. It's like one of the small towns. It's smaller than where we live, so it's kind of crazy.
Probably less than 1,000 people there. It's kind of cool. But anyway, so today we have, if you are alive and breathing and any kind of comic book fan, you know that Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con was last week. And there was lots of releases, lots of news, lots of trailers. So this week we're going to break down, well, we're not going to break down any of them. We're going to talk about a few of them. I think we got 6 on our list here. We're going to do some Netflix shows. Then we're going to do the Wonder Woman, Justice League, and then, because I made us, Kong Skull Island.
Because you wrote the itinerary for today?
Yeah, I wrote the itinerary for today. And then we'll get into some Ghostbusters. So if you're only interested in the Ghostbusters talk and not our thoughts on the San Diego Comic-Con trailers, then you can skip ahead to the Ghostbusters talk. And otherwise, we'll jump right in. Well, actually, first me check up. Did you have any news you wanted to address this week besides your Pokemon Go?
Brie Larson is officially Captain Marvel.
That's awesome.
Official. They came out and said it at the Comic-Con.
We were both. Well, I don't know if you were on board. I was definitely on board with that.
I didn't know who she was, so it didn't really matter to me.
Yeah, so that's exciting.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And did you have any Gilmore Girls updates for us?
No, not yet. No, I haven't finished the new. I don't even know if the new one's out yet.
Yeah. So the reason why he hasn't watched a lot of these superhero movies is because he's watching Gilmore Girls.
I'm watching nothing. I've been too busy.
All right, let's just jump into some Netflix, or as I typed on my screen, Netflix. There is a T
Netflix.
In there.
You forgot the T. It's not Netflix. It's the knockoff version.
Yeah, it is. So, all right, we're going to talk about Iron Fist first. I think you watched the trailer literally right before the show started.
Literally right before the show. I watched all the movie trailers, or all of them. I watched like Doctor Strange, Wonder Woman, Justice League. I didn't see any of the Netflix shows because they didn't pop up in my feed to watch, so I didn't watch it. But it looks interesting. Like Iron Fist, from the cartoons and stuff that I've seen, he's supposed to be like a mask on and all that. And trailer had the dude with like shaggy hair and like didn't make much sense. They didn't give you a whole lot of information about it, so I don't know.
Right, I'm guessing because you haven't seen Daredevil yet, but Daredevil doesn't actually get his Daredevil suit in season 1 until like the last or next to last episode. So he's wearing like a black suit. Jessica Jones, I don't know that she ever has a costume that she wears. I know when she was I can't remember what her name is.
Jessica Jones.
No, she had a superhero name, and she wore like this white leotard type thing.
Oh, okay.
But I cannot remember what her name is now. I just went blank. I just saw it.
Well, I mean, the Flash got his costume in the first episode. I don't understand.
Well, by that, but we could look and see how much more successful Marvel shows and movies are than DC.
Well, I mean, like Green Arrow, like as I was looking at a comparison, like Green Arrow, I think it was the Flash and some of the other shows that are like that. Like they didn't get their costumes for forever, and Flash is like, bam, first episode.
Right.
There you go. It's like that to me that makes more sense. It's like that's fine. I get it. But
why you get your costume instantly?
Well, that's what everybody knows.
Well, if you hadn't watched just a few episodes of Spider-Man, the cartoon, with me, would you know who Iron Fist was?
No.
Okay.
Never heard of him. Same thing with Luke Cage.
So, I mean, we got to get a backstory because he has, well, Iron Fist, and he's a martial artist. I can't remember what he's trained in.
Yeah, probably just about everything. I
Yeah.
mean, the trailer, he's like in the mountains in the snow at like a monastery, like a monk,
right?
Like Tibetan monastery type thing. So,
and his powers are mystical. So we got to figure out how he gets them because we haven't really had a lot of introduction of magic at all, really, until Doctor Strange comes out, which is the first step. So this is another mystical type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that from the trailers I've seen, I'm least excited about this one, but I'm still excited because I don't know a lot about the character, but it looks like it's going to be a fun show.
It'll be a good addition to like the Jessica Jones Daredevil series.
Right, yeah, and
that group.
Yeah, and they're such great series. I really like them that I'll watch this one without a doubt.
Okay, makes sense.
So what do we got next on our list?
Luke Cage. The trailer looked pretty cool. I know he's from what little I have seen of Jessica Jones because I have watched a few episodes. I know he's in that.
He is.
At least his...
Yeah. He runs a bar?
Yeah, his character is. So I'm anxious to see what his story is. Because like I said, I haven't seen a whole lot of Jessica Jones. I don't know how much she plays a factor in her storyline. But being able to see it from his point of view and why he does what he does and is how he is would be kind of helpful. I mean, to me, he's one of the main characters on Jessica Jones. But like I said, I've only seen a couple episodes.
Yeah, the first few episodes he's in it a lot, and I think towards the middle, I mean, he kind of drops off. But you'll have to wait and
his
see.
own show.
Yeah, maybe so. But yeah, Luke Cage, it looks really good. I think the bulletproof skin and the superpower strength is just kind of cool.
Yeah,
And the trailer was interesting too. It looks like it's going to be funny, like more funny than the other shows have been.
Yeah, the trailer, he like rips off a car door, and I'm like, why does he have a car door? He doesn't need that.
Right. But it did look pretty good. You see like this long hallway fight scene, which the Netflix shows are known for. Long hallways. You've had a couple with Daredevil, and then Jessica Jones walks down the long hallway in episode 1 going to find...
the Purple Man?
Yeah. David Tennant or Kilgrave. They find his motel room, and then you saw another long hallway scene with Luke Cage. I'm sorry. Yeah, with Luke Cage. But we haven't seen a long hallway scene with Iron Fist yet.
Yeah.
So we're counting on it.
It's going to be there, right? It has to be there.
Maybe that's their thing. And probably anything else on Luke Cage?
I don't think so. It was kind of a weird trailer. I mean, it seems like his mom stuck it to him than one of the other like top authority people in the area. I don't want to say like authority like law. I mean authority like, hey, I run this district. This is my area. What do you think you're doing? Like we saw a couple of characters, but not really a whole lot. So they gave you a little bit of a tease of Luke, but not really a whole lot of what his story's going to be. So
right,
it's gonna be interesting.
Then what my favorite was by far is the Defenders teaser.
That was your favorite?
Oh, by far.
How?
Just because they're, for one, it's going to be a series now. It said Netflix original series, and it was originally going to be a movie, I think. So I'm excited to see. I'm just excited to see them all on the screen together.
Who's the other vendors? Who's all of them?
Well, I'm not sure who all is going to be in this one. We know for sure it's going to be Iron Fist. I'm sorry. We know it's for sure going to be Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Daredevil, and I would say probably Iron Fist maybe, but I don't know. You didn't see him in the trailer, so I don't know if he'll be in it or not for sure. But he should be in it. At least
technically see anybody in the trailer. All you saw was like just stuff getting ripped off a board. Then it was the Defenders. Like,
well, I think there's another trailer out too that shows a little bit of clips.
oh, okay.
Because I think I saw a clip, and it could have been from Daredevil season 2, where, I just went brick. Where Wilson, what is his name?
I don't know. It's always on the other side of the fence.
What?
Isn't that isn't that from Home Improvement? Wilson?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
not that Wilson.
Not that Wilson.
It's Kingpin.
Oh,
I can't remember what his name is, but you saw him wearing the. I know it's Wilson. Wilson Fisk is what it is.
okay.
You saw Wilson Fisk, in his comic book or old cartoon. He was in his white suit instead of the black one.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if that was from him being in prison, or if it's him out and he's he's out of prison now and he's going to try to bring the pain, so to speak, I guess, to Hell's Kitchen.
Well, he's gonna run it, man. He's gonna be the Kingpin. Like, come on now.
Well, I know that, but I'm just wondering if he's out of prison yet or what's going on.
Okay.
And the Punisher could be in it too. I don't know if he's going to be part of them or not. Which is kind of interesting.
I was like, I wonder if they would. Like most things are doing like an acronym of like a name or something. Like that's typically how it goes, but the Defenders doesn't.
Can you give me an example?
Like SHIELD, like that's an acronym.
Well, the Avengers isn't an acronym.
Well, I don't know that. Could be. You don't know that.
I guess it could be. The Justice League's not an acronym. Can you give me another example besides SHIELD?
Moving on. No.
All right. So, are you excited at all for the Defenders?
No.
No? Really?
I want to see. I want to see more. I want to know what it's about. Right now, it's just paper coming off a board to me.
You know what it's about? It's going to have Jessica Jones.
It means
Luke
nothing
Cage.
to me right now. Give me something to look at.
So I'm guessing it's going to be Jessica Jones, Daredevil, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist. Because you hear Stick say, you think you four can save Hell's Kitchen? So he's either Luke Cage either Iron Fist is going to be in it, or he's referring to the Punisher. One of those two. And I really don't see.
Or Elektra.
Yeah, it could be Elektra.
Yeah, see, there you go.
You just really need to get caught up, don't you?
I need to get way caught up. I'm sorry.
So we'll come back to this once he's caught up. And you guys listening know what I'm talking about. You can laugh in the background. Yeah, I hear you guys laughing. All right, so moving on.
Moving on to the movies, the movie trailers.
Yes, movie trailers. We got Wonder Woman.
That actually looks really good.
Yeah, you were really pumped about it.
I'm pretty excited about that one. That one, like on my hype meter right now, I'd probably say like an 8.
Yeah, and see, I'm the opposite. I'm like,
So you're a 2?
maybe lower.
I mean,
I'll see it. It'll probably be good, but I'm not really impressed.
There was
so far.
a ton of action. You get to see like pretty much all the gadgets that Wonder Woman has, minus the visible airplanes. Like you get to see all that in the trailer. It's like that it's going to be an action-packed movie. Like what's missing? What was missing from the trailer that would have got you pumped? Like I don't understand. To me, it had everything.
Batman?
Well, it's not a Batman movie. It's a Wonder
Superman?
Woman movie.
I don't know.
Is it because it wasn't Marvel? Was that what it is?
No, I like the Batman versus Superman. It was all right. I don't know. I'm just not that excited for it. I'm hoping I see a better trailer, or I'm hoping I get more excited.
Better trailer.
Yeah,
The trailer was good.
I'm gonna watch it, but I'm going in already saying that I'm not real excited for Wonder Woman.
So it's gonna be like Guardians of the Galaxy was for everybody. They're like, what? no, this is gonna be stupid. And then they went and watched it. And it was like, yeah.
Well, no, I
That's
don't
gonna
think
be
so because no one knew
Oh.
who Guardians of the Galaxy was. Everybody has heard of Wonder Woman.
Gotcha.
And maybe it's just because this is like a character I never really was like that attached to, or
Yeah, never interested
And
in,
plus-
women.
yeah, whatever. I think the actress for her is great, but I don't know. It's just like I'm just curious. I guess I want to see movies that tie in with the Batman versus Superman.
Okay, like
It's
the
taking
whole
place in World War One or World War Two. I think World War One, maybe. So I don't know.
You want to see more of like how most of the Avengers movies were all pushing towards the Avengers, like their solo movies, like the Iron Man and Captain America.
Right. I know Captain America took place in World War Two, but still, it was the third or fourth movie that had come out, maybe fifth. I don't remember the order exactly, but so it was more okay because it got him established, his backstory, so you could get him to where he's at now. But it looks like she's already Wonder Woman in this trailer. So I mean, like in Captain America, we were establishing who Steve Rogers was.
So I think it's a mix of both. I bet half the movie is going to be her backstory, and then the other half is going to be her as Wonder Woman. Like that would make sense to me because the very first scene, she finds a dude on the ground,
Right.
and it's like she wasn't wearing any kind of special armor or anything. She was just regular whatever.
Right, because I think that's the island where all the
Amazon women are from. Amazonia.
Because you see a lot of different Amazon women or Amazonians or whatever they're called.
Yeah, then another part of the trailer though, which I thought was kind of interesting, it was the women versus soldiers. So are they being invaded? Is it part of like the war, and they just happen to try to find this one guy? Like, is he that important to the war? Like, what happens? Why are they fighting them unprovoked? To me, it's like what's going on? Unless the women, the Amazons, think that hey, they're invading our island, we must defend it. They're men. Like, no, men are evil, bad. Get out of here.
I don't know. I don't even know if it's the evil men are evil thing either.
Yeah, but I mean, like that's the questions that should arise in the trailer. I don't understand how you're not pumped for it.
Oh yeah, so yeah, you're right.
You gotta see the golden lasso. Like you gotta see like everything, man. Come on now.
We didn't get to see the invisible plane.
That's what I said. Like everything. Didn't say everything. Like
Because maybe it was in the trailer the whole time.
Maybe it's been in every trailer and every Wonder Woman scene. Just nobody's ever seen it.
I'm willing to bet she doesn't have the invisible plane.
Yeah, that would be weird. Cause she got on the airplane.
Yeah, if she
In
has the
Batman
invisible
versus
plane
Superman.
and she's flying, not even first class, I don't think.
Well, she doesn't want to stand out. She wants to blend in.
Did you see what she was wearing? She was standing out.
Right, the only red dress of the entire
Yummy.
party.
So,
Or art exhibit gallery
right.
Galleria Gala.
So out of the three movies we have here, is this the one you're most excited for?
That one's
You only
probably
get
up
to pick
there.
one. You only get to pick one of the three.
You said, is this the one I'm most excited for?
It was a yes
No.
or no question.
No.
He must be most excited for Kong Skull Island.
No, that one's the least on my list.
Oh. Okay, so next one I'm guessing is your most excited movie you're for?
Most excited I'm for. Justice
Yeah.
League.
Justice League.
I thought that one, once again, looked really good.
And I was on the other side of the fence. I'm like,
You're like, that's going to be stupid. It doesn't look any good at all. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
what? Did we see any action in this trailer?
You saw Bruce Wayne getting slammed against the wall. And you saw the Flash moving out of the way of a batarang.
Yep, that was it.
I mean, you had all the action in the Wonder Woman trailer and you didn't even notice it, and then you want action in the Justice League trailer? Like, they don't want to give away the entire story.
No. Action gives away no part of the story.
Well, you didn't even
What
bother-
is this? We don't. Can you tell me what the story is for Wonder Woman
You didn't
based on the
even-
action?
I already did. I was
No.
like, what's going on?
Yeah, but it's supposed to be a World War One, and you're talking about these people invading their island. I mean,
Yeah.
you could be right. I don't know.
It's like, did they not have boats in World War One? They couldn't cross an ocean?
No. My point is that World War One was not based around in the real world them getting that has. This is a side part of World.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it was a fluke accident. They stumbled upon the island. I'm not saying that their goal was to invade that particular
Right.
island.
No.
No. I'm saying that there was a lot more action in that trailer, and you just brushed over it like it never existed. And then in Justice League, you're like, "Where's the action?" That doesn't make any sense.
No, I'm not brushing over it like it didn't happen. I'm just saying I'm not excited for it. Because what was the action for? So we know. Here's my point. In Wonder Woman, we know there's going to be a lot of action, and we've seen a lot of action.
Right.
But we know nothing about the story. There was really nothing about the story revealed in that trailer.
I would agree with that.
And now in Justice League, we have a trailer that is strictly about the story and no action.
Right. And you're not excited about either one.
No, I'm not excited about either one. No. And here's why. They completely blew it when they did Batman vs. Superman with the way they released. They didn't just release action. They released you almost saw the entire Batman and Superman fighting scene in the trailers. And then you got to see most of the Doomsday fight where they all fight Doomsday.
Yeah.
In the trailers. So, I don't want them to show us Darkseid yet. Or Steppenwolf, not Darkseid. Steppenwolf yet. And I don't care if we see the... I don't know. I just want to see a little bit of action. Because this, to me, from that trailer, we're going to have the same thing that happened with Batman vs. Superman. They're going to have a long-ass movie drawn out from the build this team. And they've already said there's only one Justice League movie. It's not going to be part 1, part 2. We're going to have this long movie where they're trying to get everybody together. Because did it not look like it was going to be a struggle to get people to join?
Yes.
And then we're going to have a rushed action scene at the end as we build the climax.
Right.
And that does not sound entertaining to me. I mean, it sounds entertaining, but it doesn't sound like a good movie.
Oh.
Don't you think?
I'm looking forward to it. Like, I thought there was enough humor to cover the dark side that is DC. Because DC is always the dark, gritty.
Not funny.
Not funny. And then right off the bat, you got, like, they're cracking jokes in the trailer. And I'm like, yeah, it's going to be okay. It's going to be fine. It's going to be great.
And so some of the pictures I think I saw had Superman in it. So we still got to get Superman back to life.
Yeah.
So we got to get Aquaman from the trailer. This is strictly my synopsis from the trailer. I haven't seen any breakdowns or anything like that. So we have to get Aquaman on board, who's not on board right now.
Mm-hmm.
We have Barry Allen, who is like begging to be part of the team.
He's like, I want to be part of the team. Let me be part of the team. I'll be part of the team. I'm part of the team.
We saw Cyborg in his outfit, I guess, but you also saw him walking around in like a high school letter jacket.
Yeah, also in, like, before whatever happened.
And then, so he hasn't even had his whatever's going to happen to him happen. And then Superman is not alive or in the trailer at all.
Yeah. So, the trailer could have been from the first 30 minutes of the movie.
It could have been.
Like, they teased to something's coming, there's going to be a fight. They teased to that. Which, that's cool. Hey. Don't give me all the information. Don't show me what the main character looks like. Don't show me if he's got any sidekicks. I don't want to see that.
They didn't even tease that something was coming. They just heard Batman say, or
no,
Bruce Wayne.
did.
He said, Bruce Wayne said, "I believe something is coming."
Yeah, and you saw the dudes burying the box from, like, the 12th century or whatever. Like, that makeshift shovel. They was buried a big box. They were on horseback. Looked like Vikings or whatever. Like, they looked like it was back in time. Like, this has been building throughout the years. And it just so happened...
Well, you don't know that's what that is.
Well, it alludes to it in the trailer.
I would go, okay.
To me, that box alludes to what we saw in Batman vs. Superman with Lex Luthor. Like, something has to do with the boxes. And that's translating over to this movie. So based off of what Lex said at the end of Batman vs. Superman, spoilers, then something's going to happen. And he's...
let me stop you there. If you guys aren't aware, Josh did see Batman vs. Superman recently. So if you missed our last podcast, he did see the movie.
Yeah.
So if you missed that one, he
watched
did
the
see
movie.
one of them.
I watched the movie. And like it alludes to that something's coming, so he's like, all right, I have all these files from Lex's computer about metahumans.
Right.
So he's gonna try to get them all together. I mean, if they're like Wonder Woman and stuff like that, and this guy's super fast, and this guy can talk to fish, then cool. Like, we'll have a big group of people fighting. If somehow Superman comes back into play, that's great. But To me,
I think that they spill a virgin's blood on his grave.
would it be Lois? Would that? No.
Wow.
But like to me, it alludes to that there's going to be a big battle, a big villain. I just hope it's done better than Batman vs Superman.
Well, we know that's going to happen, though.
Right. So I don't understand.
No, we already know all this is going to happen. But what we don't know is it going to be something like where they... Okay, maybe I was expecting them to form this team because they had to and not because Batman wanted them to.
Okay. Maybe that's what we'll get Aquaman to join in. It's okay, this is a for real situation. Now I want to seek them out. Because right now he's got Wonder Woman on his side, according to the trailers.
Yeah.
He's got Flash on his side instantly, according to the trailers. So Cyborg still undecided, other than you see him walking with him. But where's Aquaman? In that part, I think there's only 4 people staying there. Aquaman's not even part of it yet.
Yeah, but we know that he's going to be part of the team.
Well, that doesn't matter.
But there's some of these things are
We
givens.
know Superman's going to be part of the team too, but how does he come back to life? It's like, that's a given, yeah. We know he's on the trailer. He's like one of the first guys on the first row. It's like we know he's going to be there, but I don't understand what the problem is.
It just seems like there's going to be a lot. There's a lot of story to tell. If they spend 10 minutes with each of these characters building a backstory and developing them and them joining the team, you're talking about 30, 40, 45 minutes.
Right. 2-hour long movie. There you go.
Yeah, and so then you have to establish the backstory of the bad guy. You can't have someone just be evil for no reason.
That's why you do it in between stages. Like give little hints of somebody heading to Earth or whatever the situation is. I don't know if he's time traveling. I don't know if he's flying through space on a spaceship.
Yeah, right, and I don't know either. I just think it seems like there's going to be a lot of stuff to get into this movie, and it's going to be compacted, especially based on what we've seen in the trailer. So
there's going to be way too much story, not enough action. That's what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying this is a repeat. Plus, and another thing, we didn't even see Batman kill anyone.
Well, he wasn't. He's only in a suit like twice.
Yeah, and it's amazing because you couldn't have shown Batman in two scenes from Batman vs Superman without him killing someone.
Right. All right. So we know Wonder Woman has a lot of action, no story. You're not looking forward to it. Justice League has a lot of story, no action. You're not looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to both of them, but my hype for them
is like a 5 max.
Not even add them together, you don't get 5.
Wow.
I'm excited to see them, but I'm not hyped to see them.
Wow.
Like, you give me the Netflix series, I will be watching those the entire way through the weekend they come out. If I don't get to watch these 2 movies until, say, Sunday, they come out on Thursday here in town, if I don't get to watch them until Sunday, I'm okay with that.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to bust my butt to go watch it opening night. Like, that's...
Yeah, right, but Suicide Squad, you've already said we're going to go see Thursday night.
Well, because I want the free keychain.
But that's not the only reason. You're also excited about that movie.
I am. Like,
if you compare Suicide Squad to Wonder Woman and Justice League, how would you compare them in excitement?
They're maybe 1 to 2 points below it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I can't wait to see Suicide Squad either. I'm really excited about that. So, but I mean, I guess we'll see. And who knows? Maybe some of this stuff gets answered in Suicide Squad. We don't know that it won't.
Yeah.
So, anyway. All right, the last trailer we got before we get to Ghostbuster talk. The Kong Skull Island. So you didn't even... This wasn't even on your radar, was it?
No.
Until right before the show, right?
Well, I was telling Joshua this. I was like, hey, like I was watching trailers this morning before work. I was like, yeah, they just popped up in my feed or whatever. So I was checking them out, watching trailers, and the Kong Skull Island popped up. I was like, meh, moving on to the next one. Like I didn't even watch it.
What'd you think about it?
The trailer looked pretty good.
Did you know this was coming out next year?
No, haven't heard anything about it at all.
I'd only heard on other podcasts and maybe some YouTube channels that it was coming out, and I was like, I don't know. But when I saw the trailer as an actual advertisement for another video I was watching.
Oh,
I didn't know what it was, so I was like, waiting for the 5 seconds to click it. I was like, is this another Black Hawk Down? Because the opening scene, you see the helicopters.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, no, that's not what it is. Not
Is it another Tropic Thunder?
No, not at all. And so then you see them flying in, and you start seeing a tree is thrown at them and hits a helicopter. I was like, huh, what is that? And I couldn't see on my screen for it to say what the ad was. And I was like, is this Prometheus? And I was like, no, yeah. Prometheus doesn't look like this. The planet doesn't. And then I kept watching. I was like, oh, this looks pretty good. So
you're pretty pumped, pretty stoked, pretty excited?
Yeah, I mean...
Now, is this higher than the other two movies?
Oh, for sure.
Wow.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm real excited. We finally get to see a King Kong movie where King Kong doesn't die on a building at the end in New York.
Maybe. We don't know that for sure.
No, it's supposed to be a prequel to the Peter Jackson's, I've heard.
So this is the one where they capture him.
Did you not see the first King Kong?
I haven't seen King Kong since like the 80s, man.
You didn't see the one that Peter Jackson did I don't know, 12, 13 years ago?
No. No. I played the game. On Xbox, it was easy achievements.
That's true. It was easy achievements when we were achievement hunters.
But that was like 10 years ago, too. No, I didn't see it.
It was good, and they catch him in that. So.
Oh.
And there's dinosaurs on the island, too.
Yeah, see, I'm not going to watch it now.
Oh
I don't do dinosaurs.
No, he's watching it.
I don't do dinosaurs. That's a huge no. Some people don't do clowns. Some people don't do like dentist office and doctors. I don't do dinosaurs. Screw that nonsense. I ain't watching it.
All right, so moving on.
Not gonna happen unless they're dead, and then dead dinosaurs are fine. But I'm not watching no Jurassic Park wannabe. Not gonna happen.
Jurassic Park wannabe.
I mean, King Kong's a giant ape, so that's all right. But if there's like a T-Rex or something like in the old King Kongs, then I'm walking out of the theater. I'm not walking out. I pay money. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
I would want to, but I'm not gonna.
All right, we'll move on to the main event for the show. Is Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters. Actually, before we get into Ghostbusters, did you see that Rotten Tomatoes has like an insanely high score for Star Trek?
Didn't Star Trek have like a horrible opening week this week? Or like this past week? They like this
I don't
week
know.
This week like all theaters like or all movies did bad.
What is this week? Let's see. This is today we're recording this on Monday, which is the 25th. I don't know of anything that's going on this weekend. But I thought that I saw it had... I couldn't tell you what the numbers are. And I think you're going to give us the numbers.
I got you. Number Star Trek, 60 million this weekend.
That's not too bad.
Compared to the first one of the series, that's way bad.
But the first one was really bad. Reviewed really bad.
Oh, okay. And then like...
What's the Rotten... Are you on Rotten Tomatoes also?
No. I can be.
Yeah, check it out. Check out what they're... I thought I either saw an ad or I heard someone talking about it on the radio. I don't remember what it was. That their Rotten Tomatoes score was pretty crazy high.
Rotten Tomatoes for Star Trek is 84%.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
84%.
Ice Age.
You know, and I was just
13%.
telling you last week that this show looks really good. I'm not a Star Trek fan. I don't really do Star Trek and Star Wars. I've not seen any of them.
Missing out, man. Missing out.
You didn't go see this one either.
Well, I didn't watch the Star Trek movies. I've never seen any of the movies. I watched The Next Generation and I watched Voyager. And some of Deep Space Nine. I watched TV shows. This has nothing to do with the TV shows. No.
Okay. Well, that's fine. But this one I told...
But like Star Wars, I watched the movies. I didn't watch the animated series. Because no.
I didn't watch the movies or the animated series.
Okay, I'm sorry. I cut you off.
It's okay. But the trailer looked pretty good. I was like, man, I wish I knew what was going on. I could watch this.
I look, I mean, I didn't see it. I didn't see the first one. Didn't strike my fancy at all. So. Yeah,
I didn't either, and I didn't want to see the first one. But this one, I was like, We may have to watch that for the show. So I guess you guys let us know. Do you want to see us jump into Star Wars number 2?
Star Trek.
Oh my gosh. Star Trek number 2. They're the same thing.
They're not the same thing. They're not even remotely close to the same thing. You can't compare them as the same thing. The only thing they have in common is star. That's it. That's it. That's all.
They both have an R in the second word.
No. No.
So anyway, on to Ghostbusters. How are we going to do this? We're going to do spoiler free, then spoil the shit out of it?
Yeah. Sounds good to me. I don't know if I'm going to be as secretive as you are, but I'll try.
I don't know if there's
not really much spoilers to it. I mean,
yeah, there's really not. I mean,
if you've seen any movie ever, you know what happens. So there you go.
That's true. Yeah, if you've seen any,
no, just any movie, doesn't matter.
especially Gilmore Girls, will really apply to this.
It will, because one of the main characters from Gilmore Girls is in this movie as a main character.
All right. So, what was the story for Ghostbusters about?
Ghosting.
Ghosting.
Ghost busting. What was their name?
Let me ask you this
Institute
first.
For something phenomenon, something like that.
What was your favorite part of the movie?
My favorite part?
Yeah, did you have a favorite part?
It was freaking the dude, Hemsworth. Just pretty much any scene he was in was awesome.
Pretty interesting in
was
this.
Awesome. He did a really good job playing an idiot. I don't want to make it sound mean, but he did a really good job playing somebody that just is not even there. Like, to me, he took the cake. Like, he was more of a main character than some of the main characters were to me. Like, some of the main characters just didn't stick out as much. Like, they weren't bad, but they just didn't stand out as major characters, in my opinion. Like, they didn't really have much to do, much to say, and they were just kind of there. I mean, you had the main chicks, but other than that, the other two women were like, meh, like super side characters to me. They weren't a group, they weren't a team, like the original Ghostbusters were. At least in my opinion.
Yeah. How did it compare to Ghostbusters 1? How much of a team were they in Ghostbusters 1? Because let me just tell you guys a quick story about myself. When I was a kid, we had Ghostbusters on a VHS tape. It was one that came on TV, and back in the day, in the 80s, 90s, whenever it was, if you wanted to watch something that was on TV, you didn't record it with your DVR. You put a tape in the VCR, and you recorded it. And then on commercials, you would pause the recording and then pick it back up. So we had Ghostbusters that had been recorded off TV when it came on TV. My parents recorded it for me and my brother. I say all that because we had Ghostbusters 2, actually. And I didn't know that it was the second movie until I was an adult. I thought there was only one Ghostbuster movie. Because, I mean, I didn't see them at the video store, and if I did, I was like, oh, we got that on VHS already. So I've only seen Ghostbusters 1 probably a couple times, like once or twice.
Yeah.
But Ghostbusters 2, I've seen dozens and dozens of times over because, like I said, we had this, it was recorded on this VHS tape. And I'm guessing that probably almost no one in our audience knows what I'm talking about. Do you know what I'm talking about at least?
Yeah.
Okay, he does. Yeah.
I didn't do that. My dad did that a lot. I remember going to there was a big swap meet type situation down in Dallas, and we would go there and just get movies, man. Like just the VHS tapes.
Really?
Like we'd pick up a ton of those things all the time.
Now remember, this isn't a VHS tape. This was a blank tape that we put in and we recorded it off the TV.
Yeah, see, I didn't think about the pausing it for the commercials, though. We always just recorded the commercials.
Well, because if you record the commercials, it wastes tape.
Yeah.
And if you remember, those tapes weren't cheap back in the day.
Yeah.
I mean, they weren't expensive, but they weren't cheap.
They were like $10 for a 3-pack.
Yeah, something like that.
And back then, $10 went a long ways.
Right.
Now that's a meal at a fast food restaurant.
Maybe, if you don't get a drink.
Right.
So we have, let's see if I could find them. Kristen Wiig played Erin Gilbert.
Okay. She was one of the main people. She was a professor.
Yes, we had
Try-
Melissa
trying to-
McCarthy that played Abby Yates.
She's from Gilmore Girls.
Yes. Kate McKinnon
Yeah,
played Julian Holtzman. And they
Yeah.
called her
Holtz.
Holtz, yep.
Yeah, her character was kind of out there. She was, to me, she was one of the side characters. She didn't really do much, in my opinion, until probably 3/4 of the way through the movie. It was just kind of like a standing body to me.
And then Leslie Jones played Patty. Maybe my favorite character.
She did all right.
She was pretty good.
She did all right.
I thought a lot of the funny scenes involved her.
Yeah. Well, and then for me, like her major funny scene was a trailer. It's like, I mean, everybody laughed in the theater. There was no doubt about that. Everybody still laughed, regardless if you had seen the trailer or not. You still laughed at that part because it was funny. But like that was a main selling point in the trailer too. That's what helped get a lot of people there.
Right, but I ask you this back to my original question. So,
Okay.
do you remember if the Ghostbusters were like united in the first one?
I don't remember. I think there was always the one like non-believer.
Right, and I think that in the first one, if I remember right, Banks was it? Was it
Bankman?
Bankman? No, not Bankman. It was
Is it the one that was not Murphy? It's like
Murphy's. What was his name? Anyway, he was hitting on I can't remember.
Susan Sarandon.
Yeah, I can't remember her name in the movie though. Susan Sarandon.
I think so. I don't remember what her name is.
Yeah, he was hitting on her and he was that's the part I can remember the most.
Sigourney Weaver. I'm sorry, Dana.
Yeah, that's right.
Dana Barrett.
Yeah. But anyway, I don't remember them being like this united group until the second one. And they kind of united at the end, but it seemed like they weren't really like this tight-knit group. So if this is going to be a new series where we get maybe one or two more of these, then that's okay. I think that they kind of work themselves together now.
Yeah, I could see that. Like to me, it was a decent reboot. Like it didn't deserve near the crap that it got for it. Like there's
Right.
no way around it. I mean, it had its super cheesy moments, but it also had its downright hilarious moments.
Right. And I think that's Ghostbusters, though, because there was a lot of cheesy moments in the original ones.
Yeah,
So, I mean, I think it was true to the form of the movies. If you like the Ghostbuster movies, then you're going to like these. I don't think it has anything to do... For us, liking or not liking this movie was not about them being women at all.
yeah. That didn't affect me one bit. Like I could care less if they're guys, girls, kids, or adults. Like it didn't matter, as long as, to me, they were fairly true to the story, like what I grew up with.
Right.
Like that. It's kind of like the Turtles. As long as it's fairly close to what I grew up with, that was fine.
Right.
So the reboots, not ideal for me. I'm not a big fan of the way they look, but they're true to a lot of the stuff that helped make that story
Right.
relatable. And same thing with this Ghostbusters. They might be different characters, but it's still Ghostbusters. There's no denying that.
Right. I agree. My favorite part was the cameos.
Yeah, cameos were great. I mean, they were. If you didn't have any idea who they were, you wouldn't catch on to that. You would not even notice. But having
yeah.
seen them, it's like you knew, hey, bam, bam, bam. Like
Right.
I pointed out all 5 that I noticed, like right off the bat. And I'm going to assume that in the mayor scene, the mayor walks behind the mayor. The old mayor walks behind the new mayor. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I don't remember what he looks like, but I would assume that he was somewhere around, just to kind of give
Right.
like a hey, this guy's still around.
Yeah, I thought that was my favorite part was the cameos from
You liked who was it? Dan Aykroyd's probably.
Dan Aykroyd. Yeah, what did he do? Let's see.
He was towards the end in the car. Without giving away too much.
Yeah, I remember. My actual favorite was
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray. Yeah, his and he ends up. Anyway, his was my favorite probably, but I thought it was kind of cool that they paid tribute to all of them. And
Well, I actually don't think that old Who was the other guy? What was his name?
Well, the one that played Banks is not
Egon. Like I don't remember seeing
Egon. He's not alive.
Okay. I was like, I don't remember seeing him anywhere. Harold Ramis. My bad. Harold.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
Yep. 2014.
So we didn't really go into this movie a whole lot, but
Oh, I guess they kind of did do their tribute to him with the license plate.
yes.
So I was like, that's not the same license plate, but I guess that maybe that was the same license plate, but I think that was maybe the tribute to him.
Right. So we didn't really do a lot of non-spoilery stuff because I don't want to. It's hard to do non-spoilery stuff and accidentally say something.
Yeah.
So,
Well, the movie's been out, what, 2 weeks now? 3
Yeah.
weeks?
So we're gonna go into spoilers. So what did you like? What did you not like about the movie?
I didn't like some of the cheesiness of it. I mean, right off the bat, at the start of the movie, that whole scene reminded me of the Scooby-Doo movie, or movies. Like, it just, like, right out of their book. And to me, Ghostbusters isn't along those same lines. Like, I want it to be funny, I want it to be jokey, but I don't want it to be childish.
You're
at the
talking
same
about in
time.
the hotel or the mansion or whatever?
Yeah, in the dude's house.
Yeah.
Like, to me, all of that, the entire first part of that opening scene was just nothing but right out of Scooby-Doo. 100%. And I wasn't fond of that. And then some of the non-use of the main characters. I mean, like I said, Holtzman she didn't stand out at all until about 3/4 of the way through the movie. She was just a body that stood there and maybe said a couple of things. She was wasted for the majority of that movie. Her character was good. Like, towards the end, in the big fight scenes, she was hilarious. Like, straight up whipping out her gun and was like, bleh. Like, licking it. I was like, dude, that's awesome. Chick was cool, but at the same time,
I thought she was pretty funny. Whenever
and
it was
the dance scene.
The dance scene was pretty funny, yes.
The dance scene I liked, but once again, she didn't say anything. She just danced around. She didn't do anything.
But I thought when her and Abby were in the lab at the beginning,
Yeah.
I thought I thought she was pretty funny in that because you didn't even know she was in there, and she makes some kind of wisecrack.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, she was okay. I really liked Patty.
Oh.
Patty Tolan,
Yeah.
or I just called her Patty.
Patty. Yeah, call her Patty.
Yeah, I really liked her part. She was like when she walks down the subway, she's like, "You can't be down here," and then the ghost appears and she's like, "What the?"
Heck no, I'm out of here.
Yeah, and then like, get out! Wouldn't she slaps Abby?
Oh yeah.
That was pretty funny
Get out
too.
of my friend. The power of Christ compels you.
Yeah. Ow!
Or the power of something. I don't know if she said that.
I think that's what she said. That's what I was thinking she said.
Slapped her in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty good. And then I liked the way Kristen and Melissa, so Aaron and Abby, I liked the way they responded together on screen. It's like they seemed like they could have been best friends that had opposing views, and it happened a lot. It was like there was a couple of scenes where Abby wants to say something and Aaron wants to go the opposite direction, and it's like, all right, now who's going to be the one in charge? Who's going to run the show? And I was like, okay, all right, I can dig that. I can understand that.
And I mean, I do agree with you that I think his name was Kevin, right? The receptionist, Kevin.
Yes, Kevin. Yes.
he there was a lot. He played the dumb guy, the dumb blonde muscled up guy, especially the muscled up part.
Yeah.
To a T. It was pretty funny too, seeing Aaron, the way how crazy Aaron was.
Yeah.
The whole way through, like that. I mean, that's kind of like Saved by the Bell humor
Oh yeah.
type thing, but
yeah.
it was funny.
I told my boss today, I was like, I need to get some glasses, but I'm gonna take the lenses out because I don't want them to get scratched.
That's what that was from. I could not remember what it was from. I was like, yeah, I saw this scene the other day where this guy is wearing glasses with no lenses.
He reaches through, rubs
Yeah.
his eye. Like,
That's what it was from.
It's like, it kept getting scratched, so I just took them out.
Man.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Yeah, so if there is a second one, I want to see more of him. I want to see if they try to get him more involved in the team or not. Because I think he would be. I think he'd be hilarious.
I think they should let him play the same part.
Well, I mean, the same part, yeah, but like, because once again, towards the end, he was like, "Hey guys, I'm part of the team. Let's go do this." And they were like, "No, get inside." And he's like, "Why can't I be part of the team?"
Which was he played the part just like the guy from the first one. That ends up being the gatekeeper.
Oh yeah, dang it! The guy from Honey I Shrunk the Kids.
Yes.
What's his name?
You pull it up, you got it pulled up over there, right?
Not all the way, no, but I'm working on it. Rick Moranis.
What was his character's name?
Louis Tully.
That's right.
Yeah. Gatekeeper.
The gatekeeper. And
Was
the
it
other one's
Gozer?
name? Gatekeeper and... Are you the gatekeeper?
I don't remember what it was. I can't see that.
But anyway, so what did you like about the movie then? Since we're doing spoilers, anything you haven't already mentioned?
I like the funny parts, man. Like I said, I literally was in my chair laughing. Like the funny moments that happened were hilarious. It was just the cheesiness or the randomness of some parts where it's kind of like the lull in between some of the story. But I mean, yeah, they build the story obviously, right. But the funny parts were hilarious.
Right, I agree. What I liked about this was really I don't remember any parts that you couldn't have taken your kids to see. Neither one of us have kids, but this could have been a kids movie as well, kind of like the original Ghostbusters was for us, because we watched it as kids. And I bet if we went back and watched it now, we'd kind of be like, some of the funny parts aren't quite as funny, but it was a funny movie for adults and I think for kids too. Had a lot of silly parts and
there wasn't anything like overly sexual. Like the ladies were never
other than
like
Kevin.
Yeah, other than Kevin, the ladies were never like overexposed in that sense. Like
right.
they were true to the uniforms, and then their regular everyday clothes wasn't anything super fancy. Wasn't like a Transformers and Megan Fox or anything like that, or Ninja Turtles and Megan Fox or that matter. But like they played their parts.
Or Transformers 2 and Megan Fox.
They played their parts well, and it's good for the whole family. I mean, the humor was good for adults and kids. Like the kids would probably laugh a lot more at the sliming and
right.
stuff like that. But it was a good movie.
Speaking of sliming, there was a Slimer cameo also.
Yeah.
We didn't even mention that, and he had his wife in there. That was pretty funny. I was wondering if he was gonna get out of the car and get stuck.
I was wondering if he was gonna like lick somebody.
That would have been funny.
That would have been hilarious. When it first popped out, I was just waiting for it, and then he got in the car. I was like, no!
Well, instead of him licking somebody, not
Holtzman.
Holtzman.
Yeah. Just like licks right those guns, man. Like the new weapons were Like I kind of get it. You don't want the same old. Like you don't want the same blaster when you got that many.
Well, plus, I mean, if this is 20 years later, whatever it is, 25 years later.
See, I thought this one was either before those movies or in the universe where those movies didn't happen.
I think this is the same universe.
Okay.
And they've already happened.
Okay.
Because they kept mentioning that people forget. They mentioned that a couple times that people forget when it does. That things like this, that scary things like this happen, people forget. Because remember, the secretary kept saying that we're not going to give you credit because people will forget this. I thought that was like a reference that people had forgotten what had happened before.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that was the case, but that's what I kind of thought.
I thought it was kind of a raw deal too. The freaking mayor and his assistants were like, "Yeah, we're going to have to say that you're a fraud." And I was like, "No."
Yeah.
Heck no. And they were like,
that was funny.
Okay. Yep, they're fake. They're a fraud. I was like, wow.
Yeah, they're like, you're a fraud, but we will continue to fund you and whatever you need.
Yeah.
And then they get the place that had like $24,000 a month rent.
Yeah. She's like, I get upstairs to myself.
You can't have the whole upstairs. And then
Dana, Sigourney Weaver, that's who it was, right?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure it's who it was, because she's from Aliens. Yeah, Sigourney Weaver.
And then the guy in the hearse pulls up.
Oh, that was the... Ernie Hudson. He was Winston.
Winston. I could
Winston
not.
said more.
I was going blank. Winston.
Yeah. He pulls out and like, "Where's my car?" She's like, "I told you." I got like 7 funerals to do. I can't do it in just one car.
I can't stack them on top of each other. I got 3 funerals back to back to back.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah, it was overall I was pretty pleased with it. I'd probably say like a 7 maybe.
7?
Yeah, I mean not a bad movie, but
Yeah, I would probably say the same thing. So a sequel, for sure going to see.
I would watch a sequel.
I would say it was so good that I would watch a sequel without seeing any trailers for the sequel. I mean, assuming that it's going to be a continuation. So if we get a continuation with the same characters, then I'm on board.
Yeah, I thought it was good enough for a sequel, and it was good enough to watch the sequel. I mean, there's been a lot worse movies that get sequels.
Yeah, true.
So I think it was warranted. It was justified. It's fine.
I did think that the, I guess, bad guy in this movie was pretty weak.
Yeah, pretty weak. I mean, it all tied in together eventually, but like that to me, that was one of those Scooby-Doo things. It was like just some generic guy that got foiled. But I mean, his plan worked out the exact way he planned it to, which was what I thought really neat. He was not the best villain, but for his character, I mean, he was spot on. He wasn't, like, I don't want to say relatable, because, like, why would you want to be relatable to a villain?
Right.
But at the same time, he was like, he wasn't relatable as a villain even. It's like, come on, man. It's like, give me something to either love you or hate you. And right now, you're just like, I feel sorry for you, man. Like, that shouldn't be that way. But it was. Just unfortunate.
Yeah, I agree. He wasn't really. He wasn't really, like you said, relatable, and I mean, he just wants to set up all these little things all over the city to make ghosts come through. I'm like, even if you're an evil person, which I know the movie's called Ghostbusters, so
it was gonna lead them all. He was gonna lead the
right.
What did he call it? It was the 4th cataclysm.
Right.
Yeah, he was gonna be the ruler of that. And I mean, his plan flawless, except for the Ghostbusters. It's like,
yeah,
had it not been for them, he would have had his way.
What did you think about the way the Ghostbusters logo came about?
That's pretty funny.
That was pretty funny too.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Because I was like, what did he draw? Because how curious was you what he was drawing on the wall?
Yeah, I thought he was just like going like super detailed and like drawing the actual thing and everything. I'm like, no.
Who are you gonna call?
I still want to like. I liked how they weren't called the Ghostbusters. That's what they were dubbed by everybody else, and they were like, fine,
GB.
the Ghostbusters.
GB.
I was like, that's pretty good because they wanted to be like scientific and like trying to get like funding and all that. But no,
Ghostbusters. Yeah, on the phone.
Hey, can you answer the phone? It's in the fish tank. I can't answer it.
The one on your desk.
Oh, poor guy. But it was all right.
So cool. So we both are committing to a sequel, Ghostbusters. If you want to make a sequel, we're committing.
Yeah, you at least got like $20 from us. So there you go.
Yeah, and if you make a good 3D one, you might have 30.
I'm not gonna watch a 3D movie.
You're watching a 3D movie next week.
I'm not watching a 3D movie.
You said we're watching 3D next week.
No, that's real D.
Is there a difference?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't watch many movies. We've established this.
All right, so next week's episode, I'm not sure what we're gonna do yet.
We'll figure something out.
We got some more trailers we can discuss from Comic-Con.
Oh, we got our comics.
We do. We got some comics we can talk about.
We're actually supposed to talk about comics this time, but Comic-Con and trailers. So
yeah, but this was pretty crazy.
Yeah,
a lot of news.
Catch up on our comics.
Yes,
and then break those down.
Right,
and get some feedback on that. See what you guys think. See what you guys feel. See what you guys like. And hey, if you guys ever want to hit us up, you can follow us on Twitter at New Comic Fans. Hit us up on our email, newcomicfans@gmail.com.
And we got a YouTube channel out there. Got a couple of unboxings.
Yeah, Geek Fuel unboxing. See what we look like. See if you can relate to us.
Yeah, and hint, there's a Ghostbuster item in this month's Geek Fuel box. So check that out.
Check it out. Be sure to check it out. It's pretty neat.
So next Monday, we'll have our podcast. And then next Thursday, we're going to be seeing Suicide Squad. We may try to record something pretty quick after that and get you our thoughts on it. We might make a video or something. I don't know. We'll see.
Do like a quick little phone update.
Yeah, maybe we can carry something in the theater. Maybe we can record part of the movie for you guys.
Yeah, do like a live. We'll live stream it on Periscope. We won't do that.
Yeah, we won't do that.
I'm not going to do that.
Well, I don't know that we know how anyway. But
well, I wouldn't do it for one because I watch movies to watch movies. Like, I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to go to the bathroom. I'm there to watch a movie. That's just how I am when I watch movies. Like, if I'm watching a movie with my wife or somebody and they pause it, I'm like, why the heck are you freaking pausing the daggone movie? We can talk after the movie. Let's watch the movie. The movie's on. Let's go. So I wouldn't do that because I'd be watching and I would forget that I was supposed to be recording it. Sorry.
Moral of that story, we're not recording for Periscope.
Not going to happen.
So, anyway, hit us up. Otherwise, I guess we'll talk to you guys next week.
Yeah, sounds good. Later, guys.
Later.